So we're actually rather low over here.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I was right up on that thing.
We'll just get. Well, don't. What?
Stop.
Does that happen off?
Stop.
Where's that Chris Hansen soundboard?
Oh god. Just stop. Just stop.
I'm going to just keep that there. Okay, this is Vox Populi. I'm your host, Rodney Brewer. We're going to talk about Australian politics today. To start with, in Crikey,
Righty.
I got dragged into
Sorry.
politics.
in Crikey
Yeah, I was gonna
on
say.
last Tuesday, Central Research 52 to 48 against a coalition of William Bowell. Now, the weekly Essential Research remains the only regular reporting opinion in town and continues to show the coalition with a weaker lead than they scored at the election. So Essential Research, still the only poll operating to its regular schedule. Morgan having sat out last week, a news poll presumably holding off at least until Labor sorts out its leadership. The latest weekly result has the coalition two-party lead steady at an unspectacular 52 to 48 from primary votes of 43% for the coalition, 35% for Labor, Greens 9%. Other questions relate to internet privacy, including a finding that US surveillance programs such as the Edward Snowden revealed posed by 45% and supported by 24%, and the importance of our various foreign relationships, showing very important ratings of 56% for New Zealand, 51% for the United States, 46% for China, 42% for the United Kingdom, 35% for Indonesia. In our update, Morgan also... Let's see, we can actually go to that. Okay, alright. Morgan poll this week shows ALP at 50.5%, a whole slight lead over LNP, 49.5%, obviously, as Prime Minister Tony Abbott visits Indonesia. And there he is there. Actually, that's in Brunei.
That's with Manmohan Singh, I think, the
Yes.
President of India.
How did you get that off the top of your head?
Because I'm awesome.
It's important to remember with both the Essential Report, which is from Essential Vision. Now, that's run by two journalists, Sarah McDonald
last
and
decades.
Connolly. Sarah
Ben
McDonald
Broke
is a
does
writer,
fix it.
broadcaster and journalist. She has worked with Reporter on Morning Show, presented Triple J and ABC. Anne Connolly is a journalist with over 20 years' experience. She won the Gold Walkie for uncovering the cash for comment. And then Morgan Poll, Roy Morgan Research. Now, both of those polls are referred to, it's only a... they do phone, internet, social media, and it's only about, Central Vision I think had about 1,800 people, Morgan had about 3,500. So yeah, not a great cross-section, but that's a various cross-section of people. So we're going to start with, so that is to say, Blake, Brittany, Ryan are with me today. We're going to start with Blake. Blake, how do you feel the current administration is going regarding the LNP, that is to say Liberal, not the LNP, yeah, the Liberal National Party? How do you think they're performing since they were elected by, well, they got about, there's the votes there. Official 2013 federal election results. Australian Labor Party ended up with 55. Liberal National Coalition ended up with 90. Greens got 1. Katter's Party got 1. Palmer United Party got 1. Independent 2. Not yet determined 0. So yeah, Australian Labor Party got 55 seats. Liberal National Coalition got 90.
There is one that's not yet determined, actually. The Palm United Party seat is in dispute. That's actually incorrect.
Blake, how do you feel? How do you feel Abbott's
Could be anyone's parliament now.
Abbott-led coalition is going?
Well, it'll take time to change anything, really, but yeah, I haven't noticed anything different yet.
What
Except
about...
for we don't have to tell
yeah.
you when boat people arrive anymore.
Oh, yeah.
That was an interesting policy.
Pardon?
do you care
I've not heard that. I've
to
not heard that
expand
one.
on that, Brittany?
Please.
I'll explain. They no longer have to notify us if a boat makes it to Australia.
Yeah, no, they don't. They're having weekly briefings to...
And
Apparently that...
it's so the people in Indonesia don't know if they're being successful, and the hope is that they'll stop because of that.
Yes, they'll have to wait,
Hey, I knew something.
They'll have to wait a few days before they can
Taking the rest of
confirm.
the day off.
That's right, yeah.
How about you, Ryan? How do you think Abbott and the
It
Abbott
hasn't really done anything enough to cause any change in public opinion at all. I mean, you understand that Tony Abbott's incredibly unpopular as a leader, so it doesn't really surprise me that his polling is not that great either.
He's unpopular, but he was popular not to get in.
Well, no, the thing is that, in my opinion, the election was not so much a vote for Tony Abbott, it was a vote against Labor. So,
Yeah.
now that he's won, people... But the opinion polls were never particularly favourable for the coalition. Even running on the run-up, they're only sort of just edging...
It's definitely toggled.
Yeah, no, well, they were about neck and neck just about the whole way through. The coalition had an edge at the end, but it didn't affect people's voting habits. They still didn't want Labor. they didn't necessarily want the Liberals. The way you answer an opinion poll is that, who do you prefer? And that's a different question to an election. Who are you going to vote for in an election?
We were Liberal, but without their NBN crap policy.
But I mean, yeah. People just really didn't want Labor.
We voted them in on a condition.
We just didn't want Kevin Rudd. They didn't want Julie Gillard. They didn't want any of that crap. They wanted a reasonable...
Good internet.
Yeah. All three of you probably remember the LNP's James Diaz disastrous run at office. He didn't actually get elected. We should probably just play that clip real quick. Let's just see if we can get that going. Hold on,
it's fairly sure to lose your seat.
6-point plan to make sure that we do stop the boats.
6 points. Could you run through them for us?
Well, I can run through all the details of the points, but look, the main thing is...
The 6 points. The 6 points.
Under Kevin Rudd, the boats...
The 6 points. Turn back the boat.
Look, here's the thing. The boats started under Kevin Rudd, and we have a plan to stop the boats.
And the 6 points are?
Well, one of the points would be, the key point would be stopping the boats. We're safe to do so. We have a plan to stop the boats. It is under the Labor Party.
Forget about Labor. We're talking about the Liberal Party. What are the other 5 points?
Well, look, it is under the Labor Party that all...
The other 5 points?
Well, I've answered your question.
You've said turn back the boats. You told me it was a 6-point plan. What about the other 5 points?
Yeah, well, we have a plan to stop the boats, and I've answered that.
No other points? What will you do for pensions?
It was brutal.
That was great.
It was fair enough, though.
Oh, yeah.
6 points.
Yeah.
I'll give you $20 if you name 2 points. First one is the boats. Name another.
Well, the boat started under the... What?
Do you think that's
Stop
maybe...
changing the subject.
Is that the epitome of Tony Abbott's led coalition? I mean, they just don't seem to have any sort of real focus. I mean, what's
That's not entirely fair.
No, I suppose not.
Like,
I suppose.
everyone's a human. Everyone fucks up. But if it's one of your major policies, you may as well fucking let
No, there were 2 coalition members who had to swing against them. Well, no, there were more than 2. But the uniform swing to the coalition was something like 4 or 5%, I believe. Losing your seat with a uniform swing is quite an achievement, and I don't know how they did it. I mean, Sophie Mirabella lost her seat as well, which is a long time coming. But I mean, you got to be someone pretty special to lose your seat in an election where the swing was to the coalition and they won the election.
Well, where's Tony Abbott? Yesterday, that is to say, Indonesia, blah, blah, blah. He's in Brunei. He's talking about armed conflict in South and East China Seas cannot be ruled out. Tony Abbott has admitted after talks with leaders, including China. So he's getting out there. He's doing his thing. He's, he's talking to foreign leaders and he's doing his stuff. So, but overall, you guys are happy with what's happening? The coalition, are they good?
Well, they have some ridiculous policies.
Well, they've scrapped a few things.
I can't even name all of the ridiculous policies.
You could probably
No.
You could probably name all the things they've scrapped and the things they're actually trying to get through. They seem to have just got rid of pretty much everything that Labor sort of put through in the past couple of years. So.
No, they're not scrapping the NDIS. But it seems rather odd that it always fascinates me that the coalition has decided to step away from the emissions trading scheme, even though conservative governments around the world have put forward the emissions trading scheme because it's a free market method for reducing our emissions. I don't understand. They like the free markets, but they don't like using a free market mechanism to reduce our emissions, and they prefer just throwing money at it. I mean, I don't understand. I really don't. It seems to be against their principles. David Cameron in the UK put forward their emissions trading scheme, and it seems to be.
We should probably use this Chris Hansen soundboard, which I found this morning as well.
Do it.
What are we doing?
I think you probably have a very nice ass as well.
Maybe that's
Right,
Chris Hansen's opinion on Tony
That
Abbott.
fit.
Oh no, those budgie smugglers. Ooh.
Okay. All right, we're going to leave it there. Thank you for listening. to
You've
Vox
scarred
Populi.
me for life.
Great. End on that. Thanks.
You love me. I